Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to come to you this morning for a few minutes to talk about something new that I tried. A friend of mine gave me um, the Impossible Burger. She went to um, pick up some food and she brought some back for me, and in there was a package of the Impossible Burger, the meat. She didn't go to a restaurant and get it already prepared, but she thought, since I like trying different things, that she thought maybe that I might find it interesting. So I looked at the package. My first thoughts were, wow, because the price tag on it is a little bit spendy for what I would spend on some meat. Is a little bit spendy. Yes, it did look like hamburger in the packaging that it was in. It really did. It looked like hamburger, but the price was high. Even though it had been reduced a little bit, according to the tag. So, what is this whole Impossible Burger deal? You know, I thought, well, I'm going to try it, and I'll try it myself first before I try to prepare anything with you guys here on YouTube. So, when I opened the package, I was just going to cook it down like ground beef would be prepared and make something that I can use some nacho chips or dip for tacos. Tried to cook it down, and it cooked a lot like extra lean ground beef. You know how extra lean ground beef does when you prepare it, and it's like needs a little bit of oil in the pan so that it doesn't stick to the bottom. But then if you put a tablespoon of oil in the bottom, as it starts to cook, the Impossible Burger lets off a lot of juice. And I thought, well, this is weird because it was reacting in a way when it was being cooked, like how I'm used to tofu reacting. That's what it was. It was reacting like it was tofu. Because if I fry tofu and I'm preparing a dish, tofu will run water, as I call it. It will let off a lot of juice. I'm going to scoot this back a little bit so they're not so close to me. I know, get to see a little bit of my kitchen. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to work with this. So I'm cooking it and cooking it and cooking it down, and finally get it to the point where everything is all cooked. Taste a little bit of it. There was no flavor. It was kind of odd. I couldn't taste any flavor in it. And I don't have a cold. So I thought, well, turn the heat down really low. I added in some garlic salt and some pepper and let it cook a little bit more because it still had all that juice in the bottom of the pan. And the garlic salt and the pepper kind of helped a little bit, but not a whole lot. So I added some diced red onions, purple onions, just a quarter cup. And the aroma that was coming from the food was really good. So I was enjoying the aroma. The fragrance of it was really, really good. But then I tried a little more again. And it's like, yeah, it's still missing something. So I added some diced tomatoes, like a half a cup of diced tomatoes, finely diced. In fact, what I did is I really didn't take the time to dice some tomatoes, even though I have several cherry and Roma tomatoes in the refrigerator. I took some Pico de Gallo, which has the diced tomatoes, it has the diced onion, and it has some cilantro. Those are some ingredients that go together very well, especially if you're making some kind of chip dip that you can use. Um, so that's what I put in there. And pico de gallo, if you haven't heard of it, you can it's operates like a salsa, but it's not really salsa. It is the actual vegetables finely chopped and diced, and it's really delicious. And you can use it in a variety of things, especially if you have a harder time with your hands. If your hands get really sore, or if you have arthritis or whatever, and you're not able to do a lot of that chopping, it's easy enough to open up the container, take out the amount that you need, and add it to your food. And it's going to enhance the flavor of your food. It's going to enhance the richness of the color. It really makes everything really lovely. And the fragrance is really amazing. So I added the pico de gallo. I'm going to cook a little bit more on low because I didn't want to burn anything and have to spend all night cleaning my pan. So cooked it down, and I'm looking at it and it's like, it could use something else. So I tasted it. Yeah, I added some cheddar cheese, grated cheddar cheese on top because it was going to be like a chip dip anyway. Added the grated cheddar cheese, threw in a couple of sliced black olives, and then it was okay. You know, like I said, without seasoning, the Impossible Burger meat was not to my liking. I mean, and there may be other people that like it, so I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just saying my own personal experience with it. But once I added that combination of ingredients and a little hot sauce, because I do like things a little spicy, then it had the flavor. It had the flavor without even really having the fire. It's not gonna burn your head off hot, but I used Tom's hot sauce this time, which a very affordable priced bottle of hot sauce. I used a few splashes of Tom's hot sauce just to give it a little kick in the flavor, and it was good at that point. But just by itself, no. It was kind of flavorless for me, honestly, by itself. If you buy the Impossible Burger, and I'm not telling anyone not to buy it, just some things to consider. It is plant-based. After I got it and I used it and I did all that, and I'm saying, gee, it sure cooks a lot like soy. And then I thought, well, I'm going to look it up and see what's in this thing. And yes, it is, I would call it ultra-processed. Not to be offensive, but that's to make it look like a meat. Ultra-processed, genetically modified soy. Genetically modified soy is what it actually says on the website. It is low calorie because it's made from plants. And I don't have a problem with soy, but I prefer to not have the genetically modified stuff. But, I've had the soy nuts and different things before. So, it's genetically modified soy. It's low in calorie, fat, and cholesterol. So for people that are looking to do some kind of a healthy change in their life, a dietary change, those are some of the things that I was focusing on when at the end of last year, I said it was time for me to make a change because I needed to be healthier. If I'm looking in the mirror and I'm seeing myself and I'm not happy with what I'm seeing, and if I know that I'm struggling with my own health, I had to make some changes to be able to improve my health and be able to lose that 15 pounds. So, and part of the changes was having more of a lower calorie, low cholesterol, high fiber diet, doing those things that are good for the body, good for the heart. Um, I'm not drained. Yes, I do have my coffee every day, as you know, but I'm not drained and exhausted and tired. I'm actually more healthy. It's easier to go up and down flights of stairs. It's easier to go and take a walk in the community. And I had to buy a new set of clothes because I couldn't fit my clothes anymore, which is not a bad thing for me because my blood pressure came down into a better range. My health started going up and improving, you know, which helps me to be more alert, helps me to be more active and more fit. And now I can work even more on doing some good things for myself. But, trying to eat healthy and trying to do good things for yourself does not mean that you're going to hate everything that you eat. Now, granted, like I said, when I first got this meat and I was just trying to cook it, you look at it and it looks like ground beef. So, but not everything can be taken at face value, obviously. I'm looking at it, it looks like ground beef. I cook it, it doesn't smell like ground beef. I taste it, didn't taste like ground beef. It ain't ground beef. It is soy. It's the Impossible Burger. It's plant based. Let's just leave it at that. But being plant based is not the most horrible thing in the world. And actually, and if you're reading the Bible with the Daniel's fast and everything, Daniel didn't really like fast in the sense of not eating at all when the king was trying to give him all that delicious meat and all the goodies while he was sitting at the table. Nope, Daniel wanted pulse. What's pulse? The plant-based stuff. And he went through all that time eating the plant-based stuff. And on the other end, he came out looking healthier and better and still being energetic. And he was in a better position physically than all those people that were still eating the other stuff. And this is not to poo-poo the other stuff, because yes, I do like my meat. I do like my chicken. I do like my beef. I do like my ribs. I like a lot of food. I like a lot of different things. But I've had to learn to take these things in moderation in order for me to improve my health and my well-being. And if you haven't seen my old videos, please go back and watch the older videos from earlier last year, and you will see kind of a larger me, not as healthy me. Still believe that you should treat yourself, not cheat yourself. But when I say treat yourself, don't cheat yourself, I mean you need to take care of yourself. For you, for your family, for your grandkids or kids or loved ones. There are things that you can do for yourself, and it's not that you have to, just give up. And sometimes it's going to be an up and down ride. Sometimes it's going to be like a roller coaster. It'd be like, yeah, I lost 5 pounds. Yeah, I lost a pound. Yeah, I lost 10 pounds total. I lost 15. Uh-oh, now the weight's going back up. What are you doing differently? Did you go back to eating a whole bunch of sweets and stuff? Is there a way that you can prepare the sweets in a different way so that you still enjoy the flavor, but you're not putting on the pounds? Are you going to start moving more, exercising more in your own living room? In your own living room, or go out for a walk. Get your body moving more. We need to exercise our bodies just like we need to exercise our brains so that we stay alert and active and get some things done. That's my 2 cents on it. So, the Impossible Burger, it is workable, but if you're just getting the meat looking like the hamburger where they sell it on the shelf and you pay for it and you take it home, make sure you have some spices that you enjoy that you can add to it. Try not to overdo it. Add a little bit at a time, the different things. and find the right combination that's going to work for you to where you'll be able to enjoy that. And if you do that over time, I would love to hear the impact that the increasing the plant-based diet in your life has on you. Because if we eat living foods, what I call living foods, like the plants, plant-based diets, those things, we tend to have more energy. And like I said, the lower cholesterol, the higher fiber is going to help you to release some stuff that you're trying to let go of in your body. And it'll help you be a lot healthier. Low calorie, low fat. Who can complain about that? Low calorie and low fat does not necessarily mean low taste. So try to do things that are going to be good for you, taste good to you, and give it some time and see the outcome. I would love to hear from you how that works for you, because it's definitely working for me. And yes, I do still have my times of donuts and cookies, especially chocolate chip cookies, but everything in moderation. And when you peel off that brown skin on the outside of the onion to get to the good part that you can use and you can eat, you don't want to go back and eat that dry brown stuff that you're throwing in the trash. It's about taking new steps, learning to do things in a new, creative way that's still delicious. It can still be quick, easy, and delicious. Later, I'm coming back today. It's Labor Day 2020. I will be back on today. I've got some corn to shuck. So I'm going to be shucking some corn and preparing that so that can be put away. And I've got a multitude of greens and things that need to be prepared. And I hope that you'll be with me and join me and we can prepare the meal together. So have a great day, and I hope that this information has been helpful to you about the Impossible Burger. There's Impossible Burgers, there's all different kinds of meatless burgers, and I've had some that were, that the flavor was there in a different way, but having bought those directly from, the food establishment where they were prepared, I don't know what kind of seasonings they put in all that. I'm trying to do more things on my own so that I know what I'm putting in my body, because what you put into you affects what you're able to give out of yourself and what you're able to do and how your body works and your health. So until later, I just hope that your day is blessed and wonderful. I was outside a little while earlier and there was a beautiful rainbow in the sky. I was surprised because I don't recall it raining anytime recently, but there must be some kind of moisture up there in the clouds that brought that beautiful rainbow out. Now you take care, and I'm going to finish enjoying my coffee, and a little later I will see you and we'll be shucking some corn and taking care of some other things